Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. And today we have two special guests from St. Mary's. We have senior Maiya Bergdorf and we have sophomore Yirsy Queliz. How y'all doing?
Good. Good.
Good. You guys just wrapped up your season. You get on ending the season on a positive note. Maybe before we get into everything, just overall, what did you think of the season and how everything went despite the COVID and the condensed schedule from normal years?
It was hard at first because we got shut down for 2 weeks in the beginning, and that really set us back. We only got to play one game. We were really hoping for just a season that was very uninterrupted, since it was a very different season than last year, especially. And we just kind of went through with it. We got through those 2 weeks and we were like, okay, now we have to take advantage of, the time we do have together, and we have to play our hardest every single game because we don't know what game is going to be our last game.
Mm-hmm.
And playing like 5 games, like
you still there?
Like, oh, okay. Like playing like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no practice in between. It was like kind of hard. But we kind of,
When we came back, like right when we came back, we went on like a stretch of like 4 or 5 games in a row.
And how exhausting was that? Because usually it's guys in a normal year, you guys will probably play every other day or twice a week or maybe 3 times a week, but there were times you guys played. There were times there was a game every day of the week, and no breaks in that. Just how was that for you? Just that experience.
Mentally, it was challenging to all of us. We had to keep the mindset of next game. We have to improve. We have to we have to keep our health, like our bodies healthy. We have to, just push forward and keep going and keep getting better and doing like the same good things that we did in the first game. And, that's very hard on an athlete. We're not used to playing like all the time, every single day with no practice in between, where we can't really work on what we struggled with. So.
Yeah, Yirsy, can you talk about that? The no practice aspect, not having as much practice time together as you guys would like.
I think it was a little bit like challenging because it was like a good game one day, and then like a bad game the other, and then 3 games good, and then it was like a up and down week.
Yeah,
but it was good, challenging.
Yeah, and overall, you guys had a good season, a 20-win season. Just talk about some of the highs and the lows of the season.
Well, we did beat Fenwick 3 times in a row. That was really like our big thing, even though our first game wasn't very good, because that was one of our first games back in the run that we had of 4 games straight. And, we were all mentally exhausted and physically exhausted from the games before. And, we like to make a statement, and obviously Fenwick is our rival school, but we had Stang and Fian come into our league this year. We went 1-1 with Fian, but the first game that we came out, we were a little iffy on that game.
Yeah,
because we just came off of an iffy win. We won, but it was like we had to really dig down into whatever we had, the last energy we had. The second game we played our hearts out, but a lot of mistakes led to, why they won.
Yeah.
But overall, we put our hearts out this whole entire season into every single game. Every loss we had, it was, we still fought back, trying to get on top. It wasn't like any of us ever gave up. Obviously getting shut down in the beginning was a really, hit us all. And we were like, oh, like, are we ever going to be able to go back? All the seniors were like, oh, okay, well, we just have to keep our hopes up. We just want to, when we get back, we want to drill everyone. We want to go through and, show the underclassmen, our leadership. And obviously Yirsy has like lived up to that, because like our last game, she was phenomenal the last game. Even when, I almost fouled out, I was out of the game early. Alyssa fouled out of the game at the end. Then we were in a lot of foul trouble, but she never really gave up on that.
Actually, talk about your role, as a sophomore, getting a lot of playing time and being the point guard. Just talk about the role in your team and how the upperclassmen were able to trust you to, just go on and keep the show going.
Well, everybody was telling me like, be a leader, and I was like, I've been, like, I was trying to, and it just feels like good to be that type of player with good players too, like Maiya hitting her 1,000 points. I want to get to that too. And like the seniors too, this season was for them. We were like, let's just do this for the seniors. And being a sophomore, like as a starting point guard, it just feels like great.
Yeah.
Because not every player can do it.
Yeah, definitely. And also you guys have 5 seniors on the team. Just, how were they very helpful? Because that's a lot of experience right there, 5 seniors on the team for a young player. Because sometimes it could be hard. Sometimes, they could just cheer you up. Just, just talk about the 5 seniors and how they were helpful for you.
Well, every practice they were like on us the whole time. They didn't let us give up like that. And someone was it Van? I think Van was her only one, and then PJ was her too. So the 2. So it was like the beginning of the season was only Maiya, Nicolette, and Alyssa, and it was like kind of hard. But then when they all got together, it was like they brought up the team. So we all came closer and closer.
Yeah. Can you guys talk about the first ever CCL Cup? This was the first ever one. Obviously, no state tournament. You guys were able to host it at home for having the best record. Can you just talk about that experience in the first ever type of tournament?
Yeah, there was a lot that went into that. We were all bummed out when we found out that, we can't go to the Garden again. We can't go to UMass Lowell again. That was like probably like the highlight of my season last year was, experiencing that with like the great people. And, we only lost 3 seniors, so it wasn't that big an impact to our team this year, because we still had we had 8 returners this year. So that was a good amount of people who were returning to a varsity team. And, having Coach Newhall was like, winning the CCL Cup was probably harder than anything, like harder than the championship that we won, the state championship that we won last year. We played, our league is pretty strong. And we played teams that we already played in the regular league 3 times. We played Fenwick 3 times, which is very hard to do. And, they give out a fight, and we put everything out on the floor for that CCL Cup, no matter who it was. The first opening game against Austin Prep doesn't matter, like who the team is. We kind of just we're like, okay, this is equivalent to a state championship. We have to give it our all like we did last year. We can't give up, and we have to, bring each other up.
I'll circle back to last year in a second, but tell me about tell me about that championship game. Just just overall, just tell me about that championship game. How fun it was. How mentally tough you ladies had to be for that game.
Even though I had 3 fouls in the first, half, I still that usually brings me down a little bit. But, our energy in that game, even on the bench, was just so out of this world. Like, we were all in the game. I wasn't even mad that I got 3 fouls. I was, just supporting our team. And it was just such a different circumstance. Like that was my last game, like I wanted to make the most of it. And I wanted everyone to feel that like, this is the team that you want to be on. Like, and that was like our goal the whole entire season, was to like prove to the younger kids and like show to everyone else that this is like the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think our energy off the court and on the court, like our bench and the fives on the court, it was like the best thing. I think that was the best energy we've had the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That.
Can you talked about playing in the Garden last year and the year before. You guys brought back a good team to make another run at it. First for you, Yirsy, just as a freshman, you were able to go to Lowell and then go to the Garden. Fortunately, not able to play in the state tournament, but talk about those two games. I want to know about those 2 games for you as a freshman, just being able to be a part of that, because that's not a lot of freshmen. Well, not a lot of players get to go up to those 2 arenas to play in high school. Just talk about for you to do it as a freshman.
Well, my first time going to the Garden, I was in 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was a freshman. It was last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When I came, I had no clue like what was going on.
Yeah.
So I was just like, wow, I'm playing at the Garden. That's crazy. And I was like my dad, his dream is like watch a game at the Garden. I was like, wow, so he's watching me play at the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Something that he wanted to. So it felt amazing. Like having people watch me play as a freshman or 8th grade. And it felt amazing.
Mm-hmm. Maiya, for you, I know last year it was a little disappointing that you guys didn't get to play in the state title game because you guys worked so hard to get back there after what happened the prior year, and you guys knew you had a chance to win it all if you got back there. First, can you talk about the year before when you guys got all the way to the state and lost the last game, and then talk about last year's run and just the disappointment in not being able to try to play that last game?
When Yirsy was in 8th grade, I was still at my old school, and I shadowed at St. Mary's my sophomore year because I was thinking about transferring, and my coach really helped me with that. And I remember going to that game, and they were that close, and that just made seeing a team that I'm about to be on struggle and fall down and still have they were a resilient team last year, the year before that came. And my junior year when I came in, I was like, okay, like this is for them. Like they were the ones that lost in the Garden. Like they didn't get to go. We were going to play the same people that they played the year before. And I was like, okay, this is like my time to step up and show like, okay, this is why I'm here. And I really wanted to show them that like we're going to beat the team that, you played the year before, but we never got the chance to, but we still did play them in their tournament. And we beat them, that's for sure. And, it felt good because it was such a big win because of what happened the year before. And to see that like us come through with that big win, and especially like in a town that we've never heard of, we were out there, we were staying in a hotel, away games are really hard especially when you're not like going back to your house the next day. Like we were staying at a hotel for like 3 or 4 days, and that was like a long stretch of not being home and practicing in different facilities. And we brought together a team win. It was everyone contributed, and we were very excited for the second chance to show them again what we've improved on throughout the whole season, because that was the first tournament we had in the beginning of the season. So we were all excited to show them, oh, like we've worked on this and that, and like we really wanted to show them that we were the better team. And, we didn't get the chance to do that, but I know that if we did get the chance to do that, we would have showed them.
Yeah, definitely. Maiya, can you talk about your commitment to Sacred Heart? Just, what went into your decision in choosing Sacred Heart?
So before I was getting recruited by Merrimack and Long Beach, and I got my offer from Sacred Heart in late March after my game at Cathedral.
Mhm.
They called me and they were like, "Oh, we want to offer you a full scholarship, full Division I scholarship, and you would be a great addition and everything." And I, kept contact for them with a little while, and then it was Corona, when Corona started to get really bad, and I was thinking about going to Long Beach State for the longest time.
Mhm.
That's all the way in California. And then Corona hit, and I didn't really know what was going to go on for, the next year or two. So I decided being closer to home, even though it's still like 3 hours away from where I live,
Mhm.
being closer to home was more of like an ideal thing for me, just in case, I needed to go home, or, it's just a quick ride home compared to going all the way across state. And, I love their program. I love their coaches. They made me, like, when I would talk to them on the phone, they made me feel like I was like already part of the team.
Mhm.
And, they would tell me what I needed to work on, what, I do well, so I could, work on what I need to and keep doing what I do well.
Mhm.
And it made it really easy for me to be able to commit there, because I just felt like I was already at home.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Congratulations on that. Now, for you,
Thank you.
Yirsy, what are you working on this off season? As part of your, what are you working on in your game? What are some of the aspects of your game that you're going to improve on, get better at this off season?
I'm trying to get better at finishing with contact, getting more rebounds, getting more points. Because Maiya knows I just love to pass the ball. Like sometimes in practice, she's like, shoot the ball. And I'm just like, but she's wide open.
Yeah.
So it's just like, get more points and get more rebounds.
Yeah, and then next year your role is gonna increase some more. That you're gonna be a junior. You're gonna be looked at as a leader with, losing 5. You guys are losing 5 seniors. So are you ready for that pressure to to be the leader of the team?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. That's good. That's good. All right. So what else you guys have? What else you guys working on for the summer?
Well, I have AAU.
Okay.
I'm still going to AAU practices. I'm not going to play games, obviously, but Sacred Heart still has to decide if they're letting athletes back on campus in July. So they usually send a off-season packet before you go. So like there's things that you're required to do during your off season. And so I'm just going to my AAU practices to keep in shape and to keep my basketball skill up and to work on some things. I go to shoot all the time. And yeah.
All right. Hey, lastly, before we get up out of here, just can you ladies plug in your social media, let people know where to find you?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all don't know about it off the top of your heads?
On Instagram?
On Instagram?
Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whichever one you prefer.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine's MB3_41.
Okay. Make sure you follow her.
Mine's Yirsy Queliz.
All
together.
Right. Okay, just one word? Just one. All right. Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for that. I really appreciate it. Good luck on everything. Good luck at Sacred Heart next
Thank
season.
you.
And Yirsy, we'll see. I'll see you at the games. So,
yeah.
so you guys been watching Athletes Corner. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.